Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach. Okay, so today before talking about the new relic, we'll discuss about the observability.
Okay.
So many of us saying new relic is a monitoring tool, but
Yes.
not anymore. Uh, new relic is not a monitoring tool. New relic is observability tool. So
Okay.
now the question is, what is monitoring and what is observability? How it is different? So if you look at this here in this uh, slide,
Hmm.
in order to make the software reliable, we do let's a lot of things. We develop the product, we capacity planning, we do that stuff, testing, we do that post-mortem root cause analysis, we do incident response, we do, and then monitoring we do. So these are the things which we do that, but monitoring is dead. And now, from last few years, we are talking about observability. Everyone is talking about we need to set up observability. We need to implement observability. So the question is, what is observability? So in a simple way, monitoring tells you whether the system is working or not. Okay. Whereas
Okay.
observability is a process where lets you ask why is not working. For example, my CPU is up or down. This is the monitoring will tell you. High or low. My
Okay.
CPU is high or low
Hmm.
for the servers. That monitoring will tell you. But sorry. But observability let you know that why is CPU high or low? What was the reason?
Okay.
What
Okay.
applications which is consuming it so is
Hmm.
low. So that way it is helping us to do the postmortem and solving the problem faster, better.
Okay.
Okay. So now nowadays we are talking about observability.
Okay.
So if you want to implement the observability, what you need to do? So you need to gather all sort of data, which I'll talk about in upcoming slides. So here it says all fragment from logs and
Hmm.
all data from monitoring tools and put
Okay.
it in a such a way, organized in a such a way, so you should know what should be actionable things to
Hmm.
do in environment. Okay,
Okay.
so that is
Hmm.
something there. So well, yeah, once upon a time there was a monitoring, but now we have observability. Observability is a superset of monitoring. So observability provides not only high level of overviews of the system health, but also highly granular insight into the implicit failure mode. In a simple way,
Okay.
if you set up observability, you will get the reason for failure, and that too also very internal data. That is a
Okay.
important things. So if you look at this here, in addition, an observable system furnishes ample context about its inner working. Inner working means about the system, internal of the system you will get to know if you try to set up observability. And through this, you will be able to uncover the deeper systematic issues which you won't get it from monitoring. So monitoring is on the other hand is best suited to report the overall health and system and to derive alerts. So
Okay.
if you look at this here, compare the monitoring versus observability. You see the monitoring is more or less related to you know
Hmm.
overview and the alerting of the system, whereas observability help you to debug, profile, dependency analysis, anticipating the future, and everything
Hmm.
actually as such.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a observability. So do you know the automated testing process?
No, I don't know anything. Just I know the names, but I don't know. Subject
Yeah,
wise, I really don't know anything, Rajesh.
yeah. So um, automated testing means, say, it's a very simple way. Uh, in SDLC cycle, first thing we have a plan. Okay,
Hmm.
um, plan means Uh, See, I'll put it in a very simple way. Um,
Plan and
you,
build and test. Am I correct? This one you were saying?
yeah, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So plan means you are doing planning for
Assumes.
some activity. How how it should
Yeah,
be
got it.
done,
Yeah.
how
In
much
my
time it.
BTech, I just learned about this plan, build, something, execute or something.
Yeah, the topic is
Software
we call it
development life cycle.
software analysis and design topic.
Mm.
First semester we you might have studied this one.
Yes, yes, yes. That's what about. I'm just
Yeah.
remembering.
So in our world right now we call it simple plan. So we
Plan,
plan for the software development. Okay.
planning, design.
After after that we code for the software development. Yeah.
Mm.
After that, once the coding is done, then we have a testing.
Test.
We test
Got
whether it's done, and then finally operations. Operation means you are talking about you are in this operation right now because
Yeah.
New Relic will monitor the software. So monitor the
Yes.
software only if it is running in the production. Correct now.
Mm-hmm.
So you can say production also operations if you don't want to say production. So for this
Mm.
coding we have a development team. For testing we have a testing team. For testing we have a testing team, and
Mm.
production we have ops team.
Okay.
Here. So here planning is done by architect,
Mm.
coding is done by dev team, here QA team and ops team.
Got
Now
it.
this is at a very high level, very high level. We do a lot of other stuff also, but
Mm.
slowly you will get into that because if I tell you right now, the topics will be deviated. So slowly we'll get to know.
Okay.
So in observability, what has been done. Anyways, we were doing monitoring from last 20-30 years.
Mm.
That's not a big things. But in observability, we have also combined the best automation testing. Automation testing means whatever we do here, which is fully automated, and we have combined as part of observability. That means we are saying, hey, anyways, we have automated the testing process for the software. Let's put it in the production also, and it will keep testing all the time. Simple. So
Okay.
we'll save time, effort, energy for the engineers also.
Okay.
So yeah, so monitoring system should address two questions: what is broken and why is broken.
Right. Yes.
But here observability cover the larger scope. In summary, observability is a property of system and monitoring is an activity we perform on the system.
Got
So if you
it.
look at the hierarchy here, in order to perform the observability, what you need? So basically
Yes.
you need trace and logs. That
Okay.
trace and logs is of the past data, matrices
Got it.
which is of the present data, and based on the tracing, logging, and matrices, you get the stats and signals to predict the future, how your application will behave in future. So past, which we data which we use it for diagnosed, the present data which we use for the dashboarding and alertings, and the prediction, the future data we use for the detections and stuff like that. Now, this is something which you need to understand. So let's put it up in this way. Um, Very simple way I'm putting up. So logging means what? So logging means log. And now
Log means,
if log,
how can I take generally? Means, is it any credentials or what I do?
no, log
Is it
means
just
it's not a,
one ticket?
no. Log means
Mm.
not that log.
Okay.
Okay. Log means not that log. Log means log. Let me show you my software, one of the software. I'll go
Yes.
to tools and here I have a so many software you see here installed.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, now there is a one software which is called App Dynamics. App Dynamics is a competitor of New Relic actually. Okay,
Okay. Mm.
so here if you see these applications which I use it, if I use it, then it
Mm.
generated logs. This is the logs. So this
Okay.
log is I'm talking about. This is the log. So you have an operating system. This is the log actually. That means whatever you did on the applications,
Okay.
anything, whatever you did. So that has been recorded here and you can analyze this. For example, if
Okay.
you browse the website, whatever you
Okay.
do browsing,
Mm,
that is been
mm.
logged somewhere. Okay.
Okay, fine. Yeah, yeah, got it.
So that is a log. So
Okay,
here
got it.
log is this one. Now second
Okay.
data you have a trace. What is
Yeah.
trace? So trace means when you access a website, let's say you access a website, flipkart.com. Okay.
Okay.
So
Mm,
for flipkart.com, this is you,
mm,
okay, and this is
mm,
your laptop.
mm,
And then from here, when you say flipkart.com,
mm,
www.flipkart.com, so it go to
mm.
DNS, okay,
Okay.
DNS
Mm,
to load balancer,
mm.
and load balancer to web
Okay.
server to app server, app server to
Okay.
database server.
Okay.
Now, a database server, it can be multiple. It's a very simple architecture I'm explaining you, not complicating with microservices.
Okay.
So now what is a trace? So trace
Mm.
means in order from here to here, how much millisecond it has taken. From
Okay.
here to here, how many millisecond has been taken. From here
Okay.
to here, how many milliseconds have taken. Here
Okay.
to here, how many milliseconds has been taken. This is called
Okay.
trace. Trace
Okay.
means response time in simple way. For
Okay.
example, I
Okay.
go to here www.devopsschool.com, I access.
Mm,
If I want to know
mm,
what is the response time, simple way, right click
mm,
here, go to the
mm,
inspect in your browser,
mm,
and here if you see that network and refresh once. See here.
mhm,
So these are the resources got loaded in my browser, and overall
mm.
response time is 417 milliseconds. That means my
Okay.
trace, when I trace my request to access
Mm,
the devopsschool.com, it has
mm.
taken 417 milliseconds, lesser than
Okay.
one.
Mm.
I think it's a 4 second, right? 4.7 seconds,
Yes.
4.1 seconds, like that. So that is a trace.
Okay.
What is metrics? Metrics means CPU, RAM,
Okay.
disk.
Mm,
These are the
mm.
metrics.
Okay.
Apache log, Apache metrics, Tomcat
Okay.
metrics, Java metrics. These are the
Mm.
metrics. So yeah,
Okay.
in order to implement the observability, you need to
Mm.
gather all this data. That is something which you have to. So yeah,
Okay.
what are the primary difference between observability and monitoring? So observability gain understanding actively, monitoring
Okay.
consume information passively.
Possibly. Mm.
Here observability asks question based on hypothesis. Hypothesis
Okay.
means what could have been done wrong.
Yeah.
But here monitoring will tell you only on the dashboard whatever the real
Dashboard.
data which.
Yes.
Now third point is very important. Observability built to tame dynamic environment while changing complexity. And monitoring built to maintain static environment and with little variations. So what is the meaning of it? So this you will understand dynamic and static. So
Okay.
earlier we were running software in the virtual servers and physical servers. Okay. So
Mm.
that is a static environment. But nowadays we are running applications not in a virtual servers, not even in physical servers. We are running in a containers and pod. Now this is something dynamic environment when you say container and pod. So now the question is what is container, what is a pod? Because in New Relic
Mm.
you will have a lots of topic related to
Okay.
containers and pod. So in
Okay.
order to understand the container, you need
Mm.
to know the Docker, the one which I suggested. And in order
Okay.
to know understand the pod, you need to know Kubernetes, which I suggested. So
Okay.
that means
Okay. Mm.
that means we are running application in a Docker and Kubernetes. So you need to know. Simple.
Okay.
Okay. So that
Mm.
is a dynamic environments. That means I don't want to get into this topic right now, but yeah, their
Mm.
IP address for the pod and containers is never be static. It is keep
Oh,
changing. So
Okay.
setting up the monitoring is very difficult where the environment is keep changing. So that way,
Mm.
observability is the best solution for us in that case.
Okay.
Okay, so that is a things. Okay, so now the question is, how do we start doing it? If someone will ask you, hey, how you want to perform observability rather than
Mm.
monitoring? So
Okay.
you have to get the telemetry data. Telemetry means the data which we receive from the remote location,
Mm.
metrics which we receive from the remote location. That is, we call it telemetry. So we need to collect this kind of data,
Okay.
metrics, events, logs, and traces. Just now I explained it to you. What is
Good.
metrics? What is
Let's
logs? What is the event
what is this?
traces? So in short, we call it
Mm.
metrics, traces, log. That means if you want to if you want to set up observability, you need to gather the metrics, then
Trace and
you need
logs.
to gather the trace, and you want to gather the logs. Now at a
Logs.
high level, what we call it this one, let me tell you. At a high level, this
Mm.
one we call it infra monitoring, infrastructure monitoring. Okay,
Mm.
this is because monitoring is a subset of observability, right? So
Mm.
here
Right.
we call it infra monitoring. And this
Okay.
trace we call it APM. APM means
Okay.
application performance
Application
monitoring.
performance monitoring.
And Neuralink is a god in this domain actually. And the
Okay.
logs. Here we call
Mm.
it log analysis. Log
Okay.
analysis. Okay, so these are the three things which we do that. So Neuralink is very powerful in this domain. Okay,
Okay.
and
Mm.
if anyone is using Neuralink because of
Mm.
they are loving the APM functionality of it, but because Neuralink also can do this one and this one also.
Okay.
Okay, so
Got it.
APM Neuralink is a consider I mean is very popular in a APM domain.
Okay.
Okay, so what is a trace? What is a metric? What is a log? I explain
Mm.
it to you.
Mm.
So that way you have to take it up further. So observability
Okay.
means logging, monitoring, tracing, and
Monitoring, tracing,
visualization.
and visualization.
Yeah. So the visualization means dashboarding.
Okay.
Okay. So now let me skip some of the things which will complicate right now. And just, huh. So now the question is, okay, fine. We understand what is observability, how
Mm.
it is different from monitoring, and what to do in order to set up observability. That's the thing. So now next question is, why this observability is so hard? So implementing the observability is hard because of changing dynamics in software engineering. So if you look at this, how we are growing, that's the reason uh, I ask you to learn Docker as sub.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
earlier we were running the software. See this evolutions for this. So earlier we were running the software here in the physical server. Okay, and then suddenly we get a cloud means AWS, Azure, and all kind of things.
Mm.
And then after that, maybe because of some security issues and all, we started running in the cloud and on premises also.
Oh, yeah, on premises.
and
Yes, correct.
uh, and then now we are running in the Docker container and Kubernetes. So
Okay.
this dynamics is changing if you look at this. So
Okay.
implementing is like a very hard slowly, but yeah, that is the reality for the day. But
Mm.
also architecture is also changing.
Okay.
Architecture is also changing. So what is architecture? So this is the architecture for the software. So I'll put
Okay.
it in this way. Earlier, the architecture which we were having for developing a software, which was
Mm.
monolithic. Monolithic means, let's say MS Office, simple example.
Okay.
So if you see that MS Office, you have a thousands of feature, hundreds of feature, correct now?
Yes.
So what Microsoft did, they put it up everything in one bundle and they released to the market. So that's called monolithic.
Okay.
But
Mm-hmm.
now because we have internet, we have a browser and all, so we were running application in data center and we are accessing through the service concept. Service. So here you have a
Okay.
database service. This is the app
Mm,
service, web
mm,
service. See, web service. So different
mm,
different architecture has got introduced, and this
mm.
architecture, which is browser based applications where we can access web app dev, that is a service oriented. Now what has happened from last few years, this service oriented architecture also got obsolete. Now we have a
Mm.
microservices. Means,
Okay.
let's say
Mm,
in this software you have 500 services, 500 features. That means
mm.
you have 500 web server, 500 app server, 500 database server. And now it's become
Okay.
like this,
Okay.
very complicated. Let me show you the
Okay.
Uber's microservices. Look at this, very complicated now. See here. So these are the dots which you see. These are the dots is nothing but one service. So
Okay.
hundreds and hundreds of service. It's a Uber one.
Okay.
So that's a complexity is growing over the period of time, and that's the
Okay.
reason setting up observability is also challenge.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the things. So now the question is, okay, fine, I understood that what is observability, but how, which tool will help me for that? So any tool do we have where we can do set up application availability, is it up or not?
Mm,
Network availability, server availability.
mm,
Do you have any applications where applications like where we can check application performance or network performance or server app performance? Do you have any applications where application reliability we can check,
mm,
network reliability we can check, server reliability we can check? So yes,
mm,
we have so many software in the market. These are the
mm,
things, only the small list of it. So we have a
mm,
Datadog, we have a Relic, which you are trying to learn. We have a
mm.
Splunk, we have a Elastic, we have
Okay.
a App Dynamics, we have a Dynatrace, we have a
Mm,
Graph. So many
mm,
tools. Apart from this,
mm,
also 10 tools
mm.
are there. So now, if you look at it a little bit carefully, this will give you answer many things. For example, availability means up, means
Good.
system up or not,
Mm,
CPU is
mm,
up or down,
mm,
network up and down, server
mm,
up and down,
mm,
RAM up and down, disk up and
mm,
down,
mm,
all these things. So this is the
mm.
infra you have to set up infra
Okay.
monitoring, and this is
Okay.
the performance monitoring. Trace you need to get it. For this you need a metric, for this you need a trace, and for this
Okay.
reliable means application is good or not. So logs you need.
Rocks. Okay.
So this is the three pillar of observability.
Observability. Yeah.
Yeah.
Metric
So that
trace and log.
means that means using Neuralink you need to do infra monitoring.
Hmm.
Neuralink you need to do performance monitoring.
Hmm.
Neuralink you need to do log monitoring.
Reliability. Yeah.
And once you do this three things, then you have to set up alerts and dashboard. So these are the
Okay.
five things we need to do in order to learn Neuralink. Got it?
Sure.
Have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.